Not a lot makes me queasy, but it doesn't take much to make Link queasy.
Unless I'm dreaming.
I'm Tommy from Pittsburgh, North Carolina. Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cthulhu's The Guys with the Goods. Goods like the American Red Cross emergency radio. You need one of these for emergencies. Made a little rhyme so you could remember it, but you gotta remember what these is, and these is a radio for emergencies.
Please.
Has an antenna on it. Okay, before we move on and talk about what makes Link queasy, because a lot of stuff makes him queasy, we want to check in with the memory that you have of getting pile drive that we talked about
1 week ago.
1 week ago today. And
Okay.
I gave you yogurt therapy. Go back and watch the episode if you haven't watched it. I gave Link yogurt therapy to help him cope with this memory. So I want you to just access that memory real quickly.
Okay, I'm accessing the memory of Zach West pile driving me in front of his grandma after we spied on her. And it's not quite, the edge has been taken off, and I'm a little bit hungry.
Really?
Well, maybe I'm just telling you what I feel like you want to hear. I'm
wanna
trying
hear-
to please the people.
I want to hear the truth.
I can almost taste yogurt.
That's when you say you can't handle the truth, and you say it like Jack Nicholson.
No, I don't. When I eat yogurt now, I feel like I'm being pile drived. Thanks for doing that to me. Okay, I had a dream, and I want to share it with you. Brace yourself. This is my dream of recent recollection. Christy, my wife, was pregnant. Now, she's not pregnant currently in real life, but in my dream, she was pregnant.
Okay.
My application of this...
That's interesting to begin with.
My application of this was to go to the kitchen.
In your dream.
In my dream. This is all in the dream. Everything I'm about to say still happens in the dream, just to clarify.
Hold up your left hand as long as this is in the dream, and then bring it down when it's reality. We need a signal here.
Okay. I go to the kitchen and I pull out the knife drawer and I get like not a butter knife, but like a steak knife. Mm-hmm. And I've decided in the dream to give myself a C-section. And I take the knife.
You know that's not how it works, right?
I take the knife and I put it in my stomach right here, about 4 inches deep. And then I proceed to go all the way around my torso and around my back like a belt. 4 inches deep. And I'm watching myself do this. Give myself no anesthesia, no nothing. Just in my kitchen, like for some reason, I just felt like this is what I was supposed to do. And I don't know why. All the way around belt.
Like
and
to
then
the bone? Like to the spine?
4 inches deep, no matter what's there.
That's
all the way
almost
around.
to the-
And I remember looking at it. And all of a sudden, I started to become a little more conscious. Like, you know, when you're still dreaming, but you start to have tinges of realizing this is a dream?
You were like becoming one of those G.I. Joe guys that's just connected with a rubber band and you can keep turning him and turning him. Is that what you were going for?
Oh, gosh, it's gross thinking about it. And then I started to realize in my dream, this is bad. I was walking around, having done it.
Did the baby come out?
No, there was no baby. I wasn't pregnant. My wife was pregnant.
Were you trying to empathize with her?
I don't know. I just knew it was what I was supposed to do, and I start walking around and I start realizing, oh my gosh, what have I done? And it dawns on me that I have made a big mistake.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
For two reasons. Now, because in real life, I have witnessed or been party to 3 C-sections.
Ooh.
My wife had those in order to have all 3 of our children. And I know, first of all, no doctor in his right mind makes an incision that big. You don't make one like a belt. You make it only as big as you got to make it. And 2, one does not simply give a C-section to a man. I was deeply troubled. But then when I actually woke up, I was troubled, but I was relieved at the same time.
You brought the hand down, okay.
Because I realized I wasn't queasy in my dream. Now, as Rhett said, I get queasy at the drop of a hat. Well, not literally the drop of a hat, but if there was like blood on the hat, if it was a bloody hat.
Or if it was a red hat.
And it dropped, I would get queasy. But in my dream, I was giving myself this belt-sized C-section and I wasn't queasy at all. I was disappointed in myself for making a stupid decision, but I didn't feel sick.
So your dream essentially made you impervious to queasiness, but just the recollection of what you did in the dream now makes you queasy.
I am queasy right now thinking about it and recalling it. Can you feed me yogurt? I feel like there's some sort of therapy there.
I think we're out. I can give you a massage or something.
No, I don't want one of those.
Okay.
So it got me thinking about all the other times that I'm queasy. Let us know in the comments what makes you queasy. Now, you don't get queasy.
Well, I get the thought of you cutting yourself like a G.I. Joe figure makes me uneasy. It isn't like, oh yeah, I want to see you do that. I mean, I think I have a normal level of queasy reaction. I think a good example of that is, one of the episodes we made on Commercial Kings, our TV show, the one we did for Chuck Testa. Mm-hmm. We actually taxidermized a goat.
Well, he made us take the skin off of a goat's face.
Link is standing like 4 feet behind you.
Sissification. You've been sissified.
Look at that and don't be grossed out. I mean,
oh, the gross isn't even coming.
He's ripping the scalp off of a dead goat, man. I mean, why are you taking pleasure in this?
I'm not taking any pleasure in it. I'm indifferent towards it.
Oh gosh.
Put tension on the hide.
Oh,
you're doing it. I'm supposed to see the inside of the eye.
Oh, that's horrible.
Gosh, it was horrible. I mean, I'll put it to you this way. When I applied to get life insurance, they sent someone to my house to do blood work. This is part of the application process. And the woman comes in, she's like, okay, so you do the questionnaire and stuff like that. Do you smoke? Do you skydive? Blah, 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 blah. No. And then she says, I got to take a...
Do you perform C-sections on yourself in dreams?
Yes. Oh, that's not you asking. You need to raise your hand.
I'm acting like the insurance agent.
Well, raise your left hand. Next time you're going to role play a life insurance agent.
I'll raise my right hand so we don't confuse it.
So she starts taking my blood, and I'm sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden she says to me, I think you need to lie down. And
hold on, she's just taking your blood from where? Your finger?
No, it's from my arm.
Okay, I mean, that's and
and it fills the, oh my gosh, just thinking about blood coursing through my veins, much less seeing it come out, as long as I'm not in a dream, as it turns out, I had to lay down, and I almost rolled off of the couch fainting.
So if I try to take your pulse right now, I'm not going to pierce it. I'm just going to put my finger on your...
No, right here is even worse. That's where they do it, I cannot stand that.
Hold on, hold on. Let me do it.
If I go to the doctor...
You're not going to let me do it?
I'd rather you not do it.
But look, we just embrace it. Just take it head on. I mean, I'm just going to touch you on the wrist. Where's it? Where's the blood pump? Just
the blood pumps up here. It's
but you can look at mine.
I'd rather not look. I go to the doctor.
On my wrist, it starts pulsating right there.
I'm glad I'm seated. I'm gonna have to lay down.
It makes you lightheaded?
It just makes me lightheaded.
Just think about the blood coursing through your body.
Try to take. When they put the blood pressure cuff and then they start.
I'll just be
you don't even know. The fingers go there, dude. On that.
I'm not a doctor.
I hate that. If I was in a doctor's office, I would be giggling right now. That's how I cope with it.
Your heart's beating very quickly.
That's enough. And I went to the optometrist, and they don't take your blood there.
They take your eyes.
But Dr. Clark, he said, now I'm gonna put a drop in your eye and numb it, and then I'm gonna touch it to see how turgid it is.
Turgid?
How firm it was. And I could not sit still in the chair, and I started giggling. I just started giggling like a little schoolgirl. And I was like, why did you tell me that you were going to touch my eyeball? Why didn't you just do it?
I'm worried, though, because, we've talked about this many times. There could be, not the zombie apocalypse, because I don't really believe in the zombie apocalypse, but I do believe in I've been watching that Doomsday Preppers again, and there's all these, that's why I got this radio from Cthulhu's.com. Because anything could happen, and there could be just people wandering the streets and trying to eat us and trying to eat our children, and we've got to have guns, and we got to be ready, and we got to band together, and things are going to happen. You can't go to the doctor. I mean, your arm is going to get cut off by a crazy person with a machete. These kinds of things are going to happen.
Well, I'm going to faint.
But you got to be stronger than that, because we got to be like a duo to save the neighborhood.
You got to be strong enough for me to be draped over your shoulder after I faint. Just take me to the nearest safe location.
No, I'm gonna have my wife and my kids on my shoulders, and you're gonna have your wife and your kids on your shoulders. But we gotta stick together. We gotta wear some tights or something.
I'm afraid that my wife and kids are gonna have to fashion some sort of cot.
You're gonna be of no help in emergency. Like what happened when it all breaks loose, when it hits the fan, and everybody in your family is looking to you to step up and lead. You're gonna be fainting. And you gotta take it. You gotta grab it by the horns. You gotta bite its face off. And then you gotta, get over this.
I think the key is for me to go to some sort of dream state. If I can master...
You're gonna sleepwalk through the tragedy.
Yeah. If there's a way for me to figure out how to do that, then I think there's potential. But, I mean, I don't know. In college, I tried to give plasma order to...
You did that successfully, though, so you there is hope.
In order to deal with the fear I had of blood circulation. If you don't know what plasma is, it's a desperate way to get money if you're a college student. You just go across from campus to the plasma center. They put a big old needle in your arm. They suck out your blood. They take the plasma out of your blood.
In a centrifuge.
Then, with the same needle, they pump the blood back into your arm.
I can't believe you were able to do that. And
I did that.
Because there was money involved. And you're actually cheaper than you are queasy. So the fact that there was
that's the
food, there was money involved, you were willing to do it. And it's a good-looking girl who worked there.
So if some sort of tragedy happens... If you just kind of give me an allowance,
I'll pay you to not be queasy in the emergency.
I think that might do it. Either that or just put me in a dream state.
But currency will be meaningless. I'm going to have to pay you with produce or something.
Now, I don't get sick with roller coasters and stuff like that. Those things don't make me queasy.
And they make me incredibly roller coasters are fine. Anything that spins me that's also spinning, I go boom, it's over.
So what if there was some sort of spinning apocalypse?
I'm out of commission. You got to take control.
And your kids and wife are going to be dragging you around.
I think that's a lot less likely, though. That evil roller coaster is going to take over the world. Of course, I'd like to see that.
I feel like this is therapeutic. Lots of these episodes lately have been beneficial to me. I don't know if they're helping you any. Maybe they're entertaining you at my expense, but I feel like I'm growing as a person.
Power outage. Get ready.
I don't think you get ready for a power outage. It just happens.
Uh-oh. Did you unplug something, or did I just forget to,
No, for a second I thought my eyes were just closed. But then I opened them and I still couldn't see. It must be a power outage.
Well, I've got this battery-powered radio.
Okay.
But I haven't bought batteries for it yet.
Ooh.
This is a problem.
Feeling kind of queasy.